Hey everyone, it's been a while, but thought we'd catch up on what we've been doing here. Um, we basically started over from scratch, not 100%. We took some of the stuff we had and brought it in, but a couple lessons we learned, just some stuff wasn't quite set up right. So starting a lot of things over that you've seen so far in the videos to date. But we're pretty far along in catching everything up. So I thought I'd just show you kind of what we're doing. First thing you'll probably notice is we got a nice, good-looking landscape. We bought some assets to help us do that. You know, in the future, if we ever get this off the ground, we'll definitely hire some people to make our own. But one-man show, and I, can only afford so much in life, and artists aren't them yet. So right now we're just using assets, but this looks pretty good. I'm not really here to show off the landscape. I'm here really just to show off kind of where we're at. One of the things you'll notice is up in the top middle, you can see there's a compass. As I move around, you'll see the compass is moving with my movement. We did add the vitriol counter back in up here, as you can see up in the top left here. It works. If I come over, you'll see that it's increasing, as you mine anything, or as the miners go along, you can see it's increasing. And remember, the vitriol is as you take resources out of the world, each resource will increase that counter by 1, and once it gets to 100%, then it will spawn an enemy in the world and those enemies will start attacking you. So right here you can see this mine. This is one of the things we've been working on. We've definitely been working on the interface. You can see the inventory interface. You can see the mine interface. Kind of our hot bar down here. There's only one item on there. It's that build one right now. Really just trying to make the interfaces look better than they were before. So that's been one of the major things. And just make them function like they should. Probably this is what it's going to look like when we take the game at least into beta. Kind of looking at two different flavors though. This is kind of a solid one where you can't see through it, and then the inventory one you can kind of see through it. Kind of leaning towards this one. Hey, if you guys say you like the other better, let us know and we'll make that change. But here you can see the mine just cranking out ferrium ore. I'm going to grab a little bit of it. You can use either the keys or you can use the buttons to close the menus. And you'll notice when you interact with buildings, my blue blocks are the buildings right now. We got 2 of them. We got a mine and we got a furnace. And yes, we will get the meshes back on them and make them actually look like what they should here in the future, but we're trying to get the functionality first. So here you can see inside the furnace a little bit more of the UI for that. You come in, there's no recipe. You pick a recipe. In this case, furnaces can only smelt ore into bars. So we got where we can smelt ferrium, smelt cupurium. Pick some of the ferrium here and drag this in here, and you'll see it will start cranking out some ferrium bars. So we've got it implemented so each of the recipes take up a certain amount of time. You can see the progress. This is 2 seconds. One of the things we are probably going to do is put on the recipes the time it takes to build them, and right now it's not on there, probably up in the right hand corner. Just make it easier for you guys to know what to do. So we're going to grab a few of these because we're going to use them to build a couple things here in a little bit. And I'm going to close that out. And if I come over here and grab some cupurium, and this is another thing you can see as I'm mining, it kind of drops on the screen so you kind of know how many you have. In this case I got 12, it just added 1, 13 added another. You can also just keep your inventory open while you're mining, as you can see right here. And no, you won't be able to mine this fast when the game gets going, but for our purposes we want to test faster than normal mining would be. So here we got some cupurium, it's got some ferrium ore, and then we got the ferrium bars. So I'm going to come back over here. We're going to go ahead and switch this up, change its recipe to smelt cupurium. You can see it stops its progress. I'm going to have to empty out the inventory, bring all the stuff over. We'll drop in the cupurium and it will start right up. And we'll start getting cupurium bars. There they are right there. Nice, beautiful cupurium bars. Obviously, you don't have to stick around when the buildings are running. You can just leave them and let them run. Alright, so those are kind of the buildings. Yeah, blue blocks, but we'll be improving those. We got 2 of them. We got about 6 more to go. And so we're just kind of working on one at a time. Over here you can see items on the ground. If they are pick upable, they'll highlight just like what you can see right there. And then I can hit E. You can see in my inventory there's 10 of them now. Obviously in the game we probably won't have items like this be 10, but for testing again we want to be able to pick up quite a few just to test things out. Alright, one other thing I want to show. Over here we had the concept of a widgetron I think before, and it was just a square box, but now we got it kind of where we want. I think it's going to be called the Great Tome, and this is where you set objectives. Think of it as a tech tree for Kastle Kraft. we just basically got this set up. This is what we're working on today and over this weekend. But here you'll see the area, and you'll be able to go from era to era, and then it will show you what objective you're looking at. So here we're looking at the fort objective. It cost 10 ferrium ore and 10 logs, and then it unlocks these items right now. And we got some work to do because this is just kind of placeholders at the moment. Then if I select that, what you'll see is up here in the top right hand corner, kind of on your main screen, you'll see, hey, this is the objective you're working on. It will also tell you if you got enough of the items in your inventory, and if you add items into your inventory, it will change them from green to red to green as you get them. So if I come down here, you can see this one. Again, select it. Now we're doing the crafting table objectives. This area's got about 10 objectives. We're just now getting them programmed in. The icons are definitely going to change because these are ugly, but they were just placeholders to get going. So once you get the items, we got to have a place to turn them in, and that will be our turn-in chest, which will be another item that we're working on soon. Once we have the buildings and the turn-in chest, we'll probably get Barely back in, our guide. If you saw him in a couple videos where he was talking to us, we'll just bring that in just as it was, and then we're going to put a nice looking character onto this robot gal that we got here. We got two different options on that, and we'll show you some testing, maybe both, when we get back to that, and let you guys decide, hey, if you like one better than the other, we'll go down that path. But overall, pretty pleased with the progress. You know, it's just a night and weekends thing for me right now. Wish I had more time, but with the time I have, I think we made some pretty good progress. Oh, I didn't show the building. I want to do that real quick. So you can hit B down here. You can see the little B. You can click on it or hit it, and when you do, you can see it starts the building. And the building's set up so that if you're overlapping an item, as you can see here, it'll turn red. You can't build it. But if you're in an area where it is and you don't have the resources, it's orange. And you can see I need some stone, so I'm going to come up here to this stone, and I'm going to get, maybe 20 of them. Again, just remember, he won't be able to mine this fast. This is just for us to test right now. In the future, that'll be way, way slower. But there, we got about 40 of them. Come back over here, we'll hit B. Now you can see that's green right there, right? And so we can place that down. We're going to go ahead and place 2 of them down, show you that it's kind of cool. It just fills in up to a certain depth. There's a maximum depth, but it just fills in the foundations. And everything is intended to be built on foundations in the game. That's how we're trying to set everything up. Here we go with the walls. You can see it's green, and we'll go up to a wall with a door. You can see right now I can't build any because I'm missing some stone, so let's go back over here, grab a little more stone. One of the things you'll see as you are building, and we're going to have a little bit better build menu than just B and using the scroll bar, but this is where we're at right now. So as you're building, one of the things you'll see right now, I can build 4 walls with doors right here. You can see I got 4 walls with a door. I can build 4 of them because that's the amount of materials I have to do that. I'm just going to build 1, throw it in right down here at the end. There we go. Another thing I kind of wanted to build was one of the walls for you guys, the outer walls, because I think they're cool. Here you can store the window. We'll just throw that bad boy down there. And I think we have can't make the door because I can't make planks or nails. So there's one outer wall. You can see, again, if it overlaps something, you won't be able to build. That includes big rocks. Basically, that tree doesn't have that stump doesn't have anything on it right now as a mesh for collisions, but you can see I can't build over these trees. But there you go. You can see that we're building that down, and we can't build any more. This one requires 25 stone and 5 ferrium bars. But there you have it. It's kind of a good overview. One thing we will be working on in the near future as well is these trees. We're going to make them where you can go chop them all down like you saw in the other ones. But we got a heck of a lot more of them. I think they look a lot better than the other ones we had. So that'll probably be in the next week or so. We're going to work on the nodes, we're going to work on the manufacturing machines, and we're going to work on the trees for the next couple weeks. And then we'll work on the character itself, its look and feel and actions, and get our guide Barely back in, as I said a little bit ago. So hopefully that was interesting to everybody. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, if you would like to see something new or different, because we're kind of in the early stages of this. And so leave a comment or post a like if you like the video, and let us know how we're doing. Thanks.